Hello everyone. So in the last video, we discussed the problem plays of Shakespeare, and now in the continued series of William Shakespeare, we are going to discuss the important poems that were written by Shakespeare. So we will discuss Shakespeare's poems. So, as we know that Shakespeare has given a different kind of plays, and other than that, he has also written some great poems. Some great five known poems to us are: the first one is Venus and Adonis, which was written in 1953. Then we have Rape of Lucrece, which was written in 1593. It was written in 1593. And then we have Rape of Lucrez, which was written in 1594. Rape of Lucrece, written in 1594. Then we have Passionate Pilgrim, which was written in 1598. And we have Phoenix and the Turtle, which was written in 1601. Lovers Complain, which was written in 1609. So these were the poems that were written by Shakespeare. So Venus and Adonis and Rape of Lucrece, these are well-known narrative poems, and these Venus and Adonis and Rape of Lucrece, these both are narrative poems, and these are said to be dedicated to Rape of Lucrece and Venus and Adonis. These are said to be dedicated to his companion Henry Ridolsly. So these are well narrative poem, and they are said to be dedicated to Henry Wriothesley, who was Earl of Southampton. और जो वीनस एंड एडोनिस है एम्पटन, वीनस एंड एडोनिस है, इसकी स्टोरी दिस इज टेकन फ्रॉम द सोर्स और द इंस्पिरेशन इज टेकन फ्रॉम Ovid's Metamorphosis. And this poem describes how the goddess of love, Venus, who was goddess of love, she tried to seduce handsome young man who was Adonis. एडोनिस को उन्होंने परस्यू करने की कोशिश की, सेड्यूस करने की कोशिश की, बट इट वॉज अनसक्सेसफुल. सो ये जो पोएम है, इसमें they have the very important theme of active sexuality of women. Means जो normally it is seen that women are not so much sexually active, whereas men are very much sexually active as compared to women. But in this specific poem, it is shown that the sexuality of men is passive and women is active than men. So in this poem, Venus tries to woo Adonis, and she forces kisses upon him. She boasts about her own charm, that she's beautiful, but she's despite all these attempts, she's failed, and she is not able to win him. And in the end, Adonis is killed by a wild boar. A wild boar comes and kills him. So his body melts away like leaving behind a flower. So body melts away, and it leaves a flower, and this flower is borne by Venus on her bosom. So Venus then keeps it as a symbol of love, and she adorns it in her bosom. So the story of rape of Lucrece, the rape of Lucrece, it is derived from again Fasti, Ovid's Fasti, Livy's History of Rome, and it is Chaucer's, and also it is taken from Chaucer's The Legend of Good Women. So there are two sources of rape of Lucrece. These are Legends of Good Women by Chaucer and his Fasti Levy's History of Rome, Ovid's Fasti Levy's History of Rome. So the rape of Lucrece describes the rape of a virtuous noble woman, rape of a virtuous noble woman who is named women who is raped Lucrece, जिसका नाम Lucrece है, and who rapes her? King Tarquin rapes her, who is from Sextus Tarquinius, and she is a very virtuous woman. So this is shown in rape of Lucrece. Lucrece, who is Lucrece? So Lucrece was that guy's friend's wife, Tarquinius' friend's wife, and then when her husband comes and father comes, she tells them about this all incidents that took place with her, and then she stabs herself. Stabs herself, and at last it is shown that the whole Tarquin family is rooted out, and it is deposed after her death. Now next one is Passionate Pilgrim, about Passionate Pilgrim. So Passionate Pilgrim is a collection of poems by a collection of poem by William Shakespeare, and only a few of these are accepted as Shakespeare's, and a few are recognized as not belonging to Shakespeare. And then comes Phoenix and Turtle. So Phoenix and Turtle is an allegorical poem. Allegorical poem क्या होती है? जिनमें बात कुछ और की जा रही होती है, लेकिन it is pointing to something else. तो इसे हम कहते हैं allegorical poems. So in Phoenix and Turtles, what happens? Words die and they become one in their love for each other. So there is a scene which is displaying that words are dying, and in death they unite. Now comes Lovers Complain. So Lovers Complain is a poem which is narrating this lovers complain. It is the poem in which is narrating the story of young women. There is a young woman who is lamenting over her seduction by a womanizing young man, and he leaves her. So in Lovers Complain, there is a woman, and she's complaining about a womanizer man who has taken her heart, and he eventually leaves her. Then it is said that Shakespeare's sonnets are addressed to someone, to a person who is called Mr. W.H. They are dedicated to Mr. W.H. This dedication has led to a series of speculation. The two leading candidates are Henry Wriothesley, 3rd Earl of Southampton, and William Herbert, 3rd Earl of Pembroke. So it is said that it is being dedicated to Mr. W.H. and he could be two persons. The first one is Henry Wriothesley, who is 3rd Earl of Southampton and we have William Herbert, who is 3rd Earl of Pembroke. His sonnets are divided into three parts. The first part is from 1 to 126, in which he strikes up his relationship with young man. He has described his relationship with some young man. And in 127 to 154, the sonnets are describing his relationship with women. And sometimes he has referred to her as the dark lady or as his mistress. And then the rest are there. So to conclude, Shakespeare has written several poetry. Venus and Adonis, it was written in 1593, and Passionate Pilgrim, it was written in 1598, and Rape of Lucrece, it was written in 1594. Phoenix and Turtle in 1601. Shakespeare's Sonnets in 1594, and in Lover's Complaint was written in